G'day trendsetters, I'm John with Gravel Cyclist, coming to you with a very impromptu review today. I'm at a mate's house, Todd. He's been on video many times. This is his bike, the Pivot Volt, which I've reviewed before. But next to me we have the Speedrocker Fenders, and Todd's been riding these things on and off in some very dodgy conditions, and he has prepared a review for me, but because I'm the presenter, I'm going to present the review and use his words and show some of the footage from some of his madcap rides. So without further ado, let's kick off with Todd's review.
The growth of gravel, adventure, and commuting cycling in recent years has produced a renaissance of sorts.
The growth of gravel cycling, commuting, and other madcap cycling has produced a renaissance of sorts. No, not wool shorts, suspenders, cue sheets, rather Mudguards, as is known in the Commonwealth, or Fenders in the United States. More new frames on the performance side, no less, feature mounting points for fenders and the like, even this beautiful Pivot Volt. For a number of you trendsetters have not caught on to this trend, many performance-oriented bikes may be missing mounts, but there are clip-on variants of fenders available. There we have the Speedrocker Fenders, which are designed for disc brake bikes only. Unfortunately, it does not cater to canty brakes because of clearance issues and the like. All mounting brackets, 4 rear, 6 front, feature a rubberized insert that remains securely in place once fastened with 2 different strap systems. The rear fender is mounted to the seat stays right above the dropouts and a few centimeters below the seat cluster, utilizing stretchable rubber straps. Allow my mate Todd to demonstrate the simplicity of this procedure. There he goes, strapping on to the left stay of the bike, and repeat the process on the right side of the bike. He's almost done, halfway done, halfway finished.
This will be a little tougher on the stand.
Obviously the stand makes things a little bit more difficult, but you get the point. Wheel spinning, plenty of clearance, no worries, Bob's your uncle. Okay, now we have the front, which is 2 separate pieces, one mounting rear of the fork crown and the other on the front of the bike. These are held in place with Velcro straps at each mount point. SKS also includes adhesive frame protection film sufficient to protect each mounting point, which I think now means we must demonstrate. Todd is ably demonstrating the process again.
This one's a little trickier, especially on a stand. But
and you need your mate to hold the bike steady.
Yeah. Get the bottom one set up first.
Now just so you know folks, there are mounts on this bike, but we are foregoing using those mounts. You see right at the bottom of the fender there. So this is pretty much suitable for any disc brake bike. Look at that, he's almost done. Beautiful. Now
we got to do the front one. Comes around and connects with these.
So you see the rear part is mounted and the front piece that Todd's mounting connects right there. So effectively they become one unit. Obviously it's a bit tricky, a bit finagly.
Especially because I can't see.
Yeah, neither of us have our reading glasses on, okay? So save your judgment please. And this is a very ad hoc video. I decided to film it about 3 minutes ago.
After a 100K ride.
With a few beers. Oh, look at that, that's bloody magnificent.
There's one side.
Nice. I think he's done.
Yeah, sometimes they need a little adjusting and tightening up, but you know,
magnificent. That's pretty close. As you notice, Todd's installed the fenders, so there's a few things you want to pass along here. Depending on the frame and wheel size, you may need to trim the support rods in order to correct symmetry between tyre and fender. The rods here that support the rear fender are a hardened composite material, and you can easily trim them with cable or wire cutters, but be careful to not cut them too short, as you'll then potentially face a rubbing fender. Nobody wants that. One thing Todd suggests is that you do a full mock-up before mounting and trimming. Once installed, the angle of the front portion can be adjusted with two 2.5mm hex bolts if necessary. Initial setup, including measuring, trimming, etc., took less than 30 minutes. As you saw earlier, both front and rear fenders can be reinstalled in less than 5 minutes. This makes the Speedrocker Fender a perfect choice not only for those without bolt-on points, but also riders who do not require full-time English winter mudguards and just want to install occasionally for muddy days. For occasional usage, you may decide that putting on protective tape is unnecessary. Todd has gone this route for occasional use and has seen no impact on the frame's paint. However, if Todd was installing for an entire season of use or a multi-day adventure where the bike would not be cleaned after every use, then he would recommend frame protection, even though these fenders do not move around like with typical Velcro frame bag attachments. In addition to some regular training rides Todd had with the Speedrockers on board for 2 separate 100-kilometre mixed surface rides, one being the Tour of the Quilt Country number 8 and the Santa Fe Gravel Challenge for 2021, that each featured copious rain, mud and wet sand. You can check those videos linked in the description below. For each event, the bike was completely clean afterwards, except for the deep puddle-up spray that would still hit his feet, and of course the drivetrain. There is no fender suitable for such roads that will prevent this, but otherwise Todd was mud-free. His fellow riders regularly commented enviously on how little road crap had collected upon his body. If you think a tiny ass saver is effective, these Speedrockers will give you a new perspective. Time for the pros. Speedrockers are lightweight, have an easy installation and removal process, plus the flexibility to fit a wide range of tyre widths and frame geometries. Todd has used the Speedrockers with 43mm Gravel King SKs and had plenty of coverage. On cold, wet days, your bike and body will thank you for spending the extra minutes throwing these on. Cons. Todd wishes SKS had found a better way to utilize the tension rubbers for the front units, as installation of the rear units with these goes a lot easier and feels immediately planted. There's a bit less so with the front Velcro attachments, and one must make sure to get those as snug as possible to avoid any movement whilst riding severe corrugations or washboards. To be fair, this happened only once on the first long ride and over some very bad washboard corrugations. A quick field adjustment and Todd was rolling once again. Folks, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this review, which is not done by myself but my good mate Todd. Here he is on camera. Thanks, Todd. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel for review content such as this. No bull gravel bike reviews, ride experience videos, and other madness. It's all that is released to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.